The top right of the map, we have the Terran player for SKT1. It is
SK Telecom T1 LabyRinth.
I'm not quite sure about that, but yeah.
Yeah, LabyRinth. His opponent to the top left for the team, KT Rolster, very successful player in Pro League, trying himself at the GSL. He is
KT Crazy.
Crazy, a player that we've seen in Pro League several times. He's doing quite well there, and his best matchup by far is the matchup against Terran. He has a 76% win ratio, 21 games, televised games played against Terrans, and now he's facing a Terran opponent not only in his first game here at the Up and Down Group D, but he will also face quite a few of them over the course of this evening.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we have LabyRinth with a style that we've seen already today, but not in this matchup.
Well, we did see it in this matchup, but not on this map.
It's actually true, yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, we did see one on Daybreak.
Exactly. Originally, it was a lot of TVTs where it was played, but now we have the same style that was used by Fantasy and other players in our earlier Up and Down Group C. But Crazy is scouting with a drone. His spider senses are tingling.
Well, all Crazy had to do to want to scout something this is watch LabyRinth's games against First, where he basically just did special timing attacks but didn't show us much late game. And if I noticed that in a player, I would immediately think, well, he's probably going to do something like this.
Yeah.
Well, he still finishes the barracks, and he has now 3 SCVs, so he should be able to finish the second one.
I have to say that I feel that Crazy already made a small mistake. He attacked the SCV that was building the first barracks instead of attacking the one that was building the second barracks.
It's always what you want to do.
Yeah, you could see that the SCV just got away. LabyRinth sent in a third one, but if you just follow this thought, then there would be a high chance that you can kill one of the SCVs and delay the barracks for a little bit, but at least take down one harvester if you focus on the SCV that is building the second barracks, because it has to stick to the barracks a little bit longer.
Yeah. Now here come the drones. He pulls 6 of them. Marine wants to fight a little bit. He wants to buy time so he can start a spine crawler at the top of the ramp before the bunkers get ready.
There's the rest.
He's attacking the bunker instead of attacking the SCV. He does force it down. No cancel, in fact.
It's actually okay if you do that. If you have the correct amount of drones, then it's quite nice if you just attack the bunker. A spine crawler is being built. I like it a lot. He's playing it safe, and so he should. He's still trying to take down those drones, and with those 2 forces that he has, it's pretty cool. The problem is when he wants to get those drones back into the main base.
Yeah, and he's also losing a lot of mining with this. The Lings are out. The bunker, the first one, does have to be cancelled. He gets this around now. Oh, this is domination by these drones, but where are the next wave of Marines?
Yeah, he's doing this actually quite well. Crazy that is. A really nice defense so far. He's still ahead in Harvesters. The bunker is done. One of the things that's very important here. The Marines can't get in. That's the big issue.
Yeah. I guess he cut Marines, and he's going to start a command center now. Or did he?
No, he actually started building Marines, but he didn't rally them.
He didn't rally them. I feel if he had rallied them, he would have had a better chance of getting in there. It would have still been tough with the spine, but...
That was just really well defended by Crazy. That was not a lot that LabyRinth could do there anymore. Crazy didn't give him any openings. He didn't only rely on the Zerglings, but also made sure that he had a spine crawler in position. So that was actually very, very well done by the KT Rolster player. It was a great performance.
Yep.
I love that he had those 2 drone groups that he used. That was really strong. The problem is always, when do you get the drones back into the main base? And he executed it perfectly well. He waited for the Zerglings, then tried to actually cut off the retreat path of the Marines, surrounded them. That was like the best engagement that you could get. You lose a lot of mining time, but it's worth it in the end.
Always having that spine is useful as well. So... both players losing 3 harvesters in total.
And if you think about this, this is actually a little bit crazy, because you always want to do more damage as the Terran player, but the Terran had to sacrifice a lot of his SCVs to build those bunkers, or at least trying to pull that off. And Crazy is now in a position where, with the Baneling Nest, he could decide to go for an aggressive counter push.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it... Oh. This is not what I expected.
He's not actually really what I expected either.
Just going to go for an SCV push. Is the Ling going to see it? Yes. And he has the Baneling Nest.
He saw it. He actually saw it. He doesn't see. He sees that there's no expansion. He might run up the ramp and see that there is an expansion being built. But now with all those Marines, he knows something is coming, and he's building a lot of SCVs. Even another. He's building Lings, of course, and even another spine crawler.
I would have maybe wanted to make the spine in the main. I don't know if this is going to be ready. in time.
If he gets the Baneling Nest Wolf, only 2 Banelings, that's all that he needs to get them in there.
Yeah, and here come the SCVs. They're actually going to tear that Spinecrawler down out of the ground so fast.
Yeah.
And this
He doesn't even try to fight. He immediately pulls back, and he now gets the Banelings on the high
right
ground.
now. He sees the Baneling Nest. He needs to get in there. Oh, he's going to give him enough time. I actually don't even understand it. He's watching the Banelings right now, targeting.
There they come, and one of them gets in, damages most of those Marines, and this is probably what saves him in the game. Now LabyRinth is down in supply. More units need to be made for Crazy, though. He needs a few more Zerglings. He's attacking with the drones and losing quite a bit, but LabyRinth is now down to 6 Harvesters.
Yeah, and he does not have a lot of Marines left. I think this game is over.
It is. LabyRinth, even with the double, Orbital should not be able to come back here, but he's definitely going to try. If you have the mules, that gives you a lot of wiggle room, but Crazy just defended this too well. He could have even done better, but this was such a nice defense. Very well played.
Yeah, this is the last of the Marines, and that's the end.
That's great, Michael, yeah.
It certainly is, and he still has to repair the depot back at home, which is just constantly costing him money and an SCV for repairs. And he can, with these next waves of Lings, start to camp the barracks. He wants to wait because he knows there's Marines on the other side. He doesn't know how many there are.
There is no reason for Crazy to go all out here. He defended very well. He's still on 2 bases. He's mining from 2 mineral lines. He's going into speed now. For him, this is a great game. He has the Queens out there. And it's just insane to see how well his decision-making is. He scouts at the perfect time. He sees even the SCVs being pulled, and this was not a coincidence. He wanted to know what's going on here. And then he makes the right choices. Even before he saw the SCV train, he went into a Baneling Nest because he's like, well, you went for a very aggressive strategy. You still have those barracks in the middle of the map. There's a high chance that you are actually going all out and try to just go for another all-in.
I feel like LabyRinth could have easily tried to target the Banelings down a little bit better. He waited. He was like, I'll kill this Overlord first. It was not the right choice.
He didn't see them. He didn't know that there were Banelings involved.
He had the SCV came in the main. And he saw the Baneling Nest.
Okay. I didn't see the SCV.
I think... I mean, the thing is, did he really see it? Was he paying attention, or was he microing his Marines and not looking up the top of the ramp? Who knows, but if he had gone up there, I think he would have had a better chance, but I think he still probably wouldn't have succeeded anyways, because one of those Banelings would have finished and killed most of the Marines. And now he's just going to die to the counter pressure, most likely. This is not going to be enough. Lings have speed now. Yep,
the Lings have speed, and this is the time. LabyRinth actually moving out with the Marines. Then he sees that the Lings have speed, and he's like, oops, I think I have to hug my barracks a little bit longer.
There's a bunker, but there's nothing inside of it. There never will be. What is he going to hide his SCVs in there?
He's trying to go for a counterattack, but as soon as those 22 Banelings and Zerglings are done, he's just going to lose everything. This is Crazy punishing LabyRinth for his opening.
Yep. Spinecrawler and all these Lings. Well, the Spines are down, but the Lings here should easily clean these Marines up. And back at home, everything is dying. This is it. GG.
Crazy with the win after a bit of a crazy game. Very well played. The KD Rollstop player smacks down LabyRinth for his aggressive build. LabyRinth taking a few chances here, but it's Crazy who takes the game, and both Zergs therefore with a victory in their first game.
Yep. Zergs leading the group, making up a big part of Code S right now, by the way. We talked about the race distribution earlier of a lack of Protosses.
Yeah.
I think currently it's 13 Zergs, 9 Terrans, and 5 Protosses in Code S.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. So we have a lot of Zerg players. Probably going to struggle a little bit more in Heart of the Swarm than they did in Wings of Liberty. Especially at the end, there was a reason why a lot of people like jokingly called it the Lings of Liberty. So we have a bit of a shortage on Protoss, but we are not done with the up and downs just yet. In this group, I'm not quite sure if Avenge really has it in him to get out of the group. So far, he's down 1 game, but he was up against a very strong opponent, so not necessarily gonna be an issue for him. Crazy, on the other hand, looks really strong, and it's not gonna make it easy for the others. I can certainly see Crazy getting out of this group.
Someone we haven't talked about at all is Noblesse. He is in this group, and he will play against Alive in a Terran versus Terran coming up next. Noblesse is kind of like the wild card of this group, I feel. You just don't know what he's been up to. He played okay in Code A. He managed to keep himself alive and not fall to Code B.
It's a little bit funny that we didn't mention Noblesse yet, because we always talk about how he's one of those players that doesn't get enough credit for his game style and for how strong he is, and I feel we fell into the same trap. Didn't really talk about him too much yet, but he's, as you already said, he's a strong player. He's definitely one of those guys that can also make it out of the group, and so same is true for Alive. I mean, a lot of these players have the chance. I feel the only ones that I cannot see getting out of the up and downs here are LabyRinth and Avenge, just because they don't have the experience that they need yet. I feel for them, it's an accomplishment to get into the up and downs, and it's also a situation where they can gain a lot of experience, but I cannot really see them making it out of the group. I might be proven wrong here, but I feel this is like the impression that most people have.
I have the same impression. Noble S might be able to pull this off, on the other hand. He is playing against Alive on Aklon Flats. In the past, Alive was the TVT go-to guy. He was great in Terran versus Terran, his late game, his mid game, even his early game pushes. Never knew what type of build you were going to face with Alive. He might just expand early on you. He might go Banshees, might even do Blue Flame Hellion when that was popular. But now he is not as dominant as he was before, but he's still a formidable opponent, and that's what he was here to prove today.
Yeah. Alive is a very strong opponent to face, a tough opponent in the TVT for sure, and this is what he has to prove in game number 1. So this is now the first mirror match that we have today, and also the last game of the first set. This kind of sets the opening pace, shows which players are in the lead, who is able to get a little bit ahead in the group. In a 6-player group, having 1 or 2 losses does not... yeah, it is not too bad. You can still get out of the group on your own accord depending on how the games went and who you lost to. But of course you want to start things off with a win.
Yeah, it's really important. It helps you mentally as well. Alive getting his headset ready, his equipment, put those earbuds in. Aklon Flats is such an interesting map for TVT because sometimes you have split map on this map where you have center towers and it's really difficult to attack because of the high ground. The watchtowers disappear in the GSL version in the middle of the map, but the ones on the edges do not.
The players are getting ready here. Alive is ready to start the game 2. The countdown has already started. And let's see what's going to happen in our Terran versus Terran match. Both players really strong. I would give a slight edge because he's really strong at TVT. This is the matchup where he feels at home. Can he pull it off against Noblesse though? A player that plays for a strong team, especially a strong GSTL team. Aklon Flats is going to be the map. Get the GSTL up and down Group D. Brought to you by Caldon One.